Thanks for tuning in for another episode of Math with Mullins. We're going to look at lesson 11.1, Areas of Quadrilaterals. So talking about how to find the area of trapezoids, parallelograms, kites, and rhombus, and be able to use those formulas for problem-solving strategies. First thing we're going to talk about are bases of parallelograms and heights of parallelograms. A base of a parallelogram is any side of the parallelogram. But the height of the parallelogram has to be a perpendicular segment between any two bases. Literally, this is just the length of the altitude of the parallelogram. Okay, so let's draw some pictures. If I have a parallelogram that looks like this, again, we're just going to pretend that it is drawn correctly. Any side could be the base. So top and bottom could be the base, or the left and right side could be the base. Okay? But the height of the parallelogram has to be the altitude. Remember, altitude is the perpendicular segment from one base to another. Okay? So we just need to make sure we see that perpendicular length right there. To find area of a parallelogram, we're just going to do base times height, so we're going to try that here. The tricky thing about these two examples is our full base or full height might not be given to us. That's why I have this little dotted triangle here. So when we're looking at example A, we're thinking about, I want the height from the floor to the ceiling, okay? But I don't have that yet because 25 is slanted, and the base I'm going to use is probably 23, but I still need the true height. So what I'll do is I'll think about this triangle here with a hypotenuse of 25 and a base or a leg of 7. So if I do 25 squared, or a squared plus b squared equals c squared type of deal. So 25 squared is 625, and 7 squared is 49. And then I subtract 49 from 625, I'm going to get 576. So the square root of 576 is 24. So that means this is 24, which means my height is 24. So to do area, I'll take base times height, and I'm going to use my base of 23, my new height of 24, and I'm going to get my area as 552 square feet. Okay, same deal here. Maybe looking at this triangle here, I'm trying to figure out my h, which is another leg of the right triangle. So you can call that h squared plus 8 squared is equal to 17 squared. 17 squared is 289. 8 squared is 64. 289 minus 64 is 225. So h is 15. So then I'm just using base 21 and 15 height. And I'm going to get 315 square centimeters. Okay? See if you can try these next two on your own. You might want to think about special right triangles or using sine, cosine, or tangent to find your missing pieces. So I'm going to pause here, give you a chance to try it on your own, and then click play whenever you're ready to check. All right, one thing we know about 45, 90s is the legs of the triangles are matching. So the height for this one was actually easier to find. It is 9 yards. So my base is 17, my height is 9. Multiplying those together, I'm going to get a 153 square yards. And then for this next one, this would be a 30, 60, 90 triangle. So you can either remember the relationship for 30, 60, 90, or consider using tangent, because if I'm given 30, I have an opposite and I'm missing adjacent. So tangent is opposite over adjacent. So the tangent of 30 is equal to 12 over, we'll say h. So that means h times tangent 30 equals 12. So to find my height, I'm going to do 12 divided by tangent of 30. Okay, that is going to give me about 20.78 rounded. So if my height is 20.78, I'm going to multiply that with my base of 32. So 32 is my base, 20.78 is the height. Multiplying those two, I'm going to get 665.1 square meters. Okay. Next up, which is page 2 of your notes, we're going to talk about trapezoids and then finish up with kites and rhombi. So, with a trapezoid has to have one pair of parallel sides. So I'm going to draw a traditional isosceles trapezoid, and then the height just is going to be the altitude essentially, so the perpendicular distance between the two bases. So we just want to make sure we're seeing that perpendicular reasoning or relationship before we determine if it's a height. Many people get confused and say these slants are height, and that is not true. That's just a slant height. We want the true height. We're also going to look at the trapezoid as having two bases. Those are the parallel lines that we see. So area of a trapezoid, which we'll use here below, is 1/2 of the height times the sum of base 1 and base 2. So let's go ahead and try letter A, and then I'll get you to try letter B on your own. The height here is given to us at 16, and then the bases are 19 and 27. So we'll plug that into our formula. 1/2 of 16 times the sum of 19 and 27. I typically just find half of the height first, that's 8, and then 8 times the sum of 19 and 27 is 46. So we're going to get approximately, or actually equal to, 368 square centimeters. Okay, let's see if you can try letter B on your own. So go ahead and try B, pause the video here, and when you're done, click play to see if you got it right. B could have been tricky if you weren't paying attention to your parallel bases. Base 1 and base 2 need to be 7 and 13, and your height needs to be 5. So area can be found by taking 1/2 of 5 times the sum of 7 and 13. 1/2 of 5 is 2.5. The sum of 7 and 13 is 20. So 20 times 2.5 is 50 square meters. Millimeters, excuse me. There we go. I have one more question for us to try. Go ahead and see if you can think of some problem-solving strategies here to try the area of this trapezoid, and when you're ready to check it, click play. All right, one thing that was concerning about this trapezoid is we didn't have the height yet, so we can kind of think about the trapezoid being broken up into two triangles on the side. If this is 2 and the entire thing is 4, that means I can split up 1 and 1 on the ends. So now I've just made a right triangle with 1 is the length, the missing height, and 3 is the hypotenuse. So I can go back to Pythagorean Theorem. 1 squared plus height squared is equal to 3 squared, or 1 plus h squared is equal to 9. H squared is equal to 8. So to find out what h is, I'm just going to take the square root of 8, and that's going to give us a decimal because it's not a perfect square, about 2.83. So now I'm going to plug that in to my formula. 1/2 of 2.83 height, and then adding the bases of 4 plus 2. 1/2 of 282 or 283 is going to be 1.41, and then timesing that by 6, I'm getting about 8.49 square centimeters rounded. Kind of depends on when you round. I just typed in the square root of 8 and left that long decimal in my calculator, divided that by 2, and then times by 6. If you rounded to 2.83 and just type that in your calculator, you might get a little bit different than me, but not by much. Last one's area of a rhombus or a kite, kind of similar to a trapezoid. You're just taking 1/2 of diagonal 1 times diagonal 2. So both of these are easy to try on your own. I would say go ahead and pause the video here, try them, and when you're done, click play. All right, for letter A in example 4, right now you don't know the entire diagonals. So diagonal 1 is actually 6 plus 6, which is 12, and diagonal 2 is 7 plus 7, which would be 14. So we're going to do 1/2 of 12 times 14. 12 times 14 is 168. Dividing that by 2, we're going to get 84. So 84 millimeters squared. The reason why I know that that was equal to 6 and then 7 is because over here, when I'm looking at my kite, notice how I'm showing this is the entire length of the diagonal. So this one for my kite is 1/2 9 and 16 multiplied together. 9 and 16 are going to give us 144, and then cutting that in half, we're going to get 72 square inches. Okay, so just be careful, make sure you're given your full diameter or your full diagonals there. And like always, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully this gives you some help on 11.1. We'll catch you next time when we start talking about the angles of polygons. Have a great day. Bye.